All right, you'll be imagining why the laughs are going on here. But I just have to manage. I have 3 ladies by my side and they're trying to intimidate me. But I have hopes.
No, while I'm here, I will always protect you.
All right.
Don't worry.
All right. We're looking at women participation in politics, and that must be why they are very eager and ready for me this morning. And I have Honorable Kate Edozie, Senior Special Assistant to Governor Obiano on Health, on the show this morning.
Good morning.
We also have Honorable Bibian Wankwo, Special Assistant
to
Governor Obiano, also on the show with me.
Good morning, everyone.
And as usual, IJ is also here.
Yes, I am, and it's Women Affairs. This is our ministry, so you have to be very careful.
At least we have a permanent secretary, a man as permanent secretary of Women Affairs. So maybe I'll serve as secretary this
No, we are already carrying plans.
All right. We're looking at women participation in politics, and maybe we'll start with the assessment of the presidential election and National Assembly elections. We saw several women emerge, but it seems as if they were not as much as we expected with the campaign that women conducted this period. What will be your assessment?
The problem we always have is that men actually do not give us the chance to participate. They just tell you, yes, the women can come out and be part of politics. And by the time you come out, they still remind you you're a woman, you're supposed to be in the house and all that and all that. So we always try to get involved. They came out, they campaigned, they did all sorts, but at the end of the whole day, as far as I'm concerned, they will say they didn't give us a chance because the men most times use their influence financially and otherwise to get there, and then we are still where we are.
Well, say where we are. Let me come to you, Kate. The women actually need to participate in politics. Isn't it a man's game? Considering what goes on, how the meetings, the corner, the lobbying, and all the rest of things.
Women,
are supposed to participate in politics?
It is actually very important for women to participate in politics because a woman is an embodiment of so many things in one person. When women are involved in something, you see that thing has a way of moving forward because the woman knows how to maneuver her ways. She knows how to influence people around her.
More than men?
Yes. The woman is more manipulative. That's why they say the man thinks he's the head of the house. But man, that head is being controlled by a neck. And that neck is the woman.
That's right.
Because she knows how to get what she wants at any point in time. So the participation of women in politics is very crucial, and that is why it is an index in development. When they're talking about development of countries, one of the things they look at is how the women in those countries have fared. Have they been participating in politics? How many managerial positions and how many senatorial seats and stuff like that are secured? Are women holding? So that goes a long way to show that a country is moving forward, because that's why they said that when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So a woman that is educated coming into politics would definitely be a game changer in that political scenario.
Well, but I know that women are said to be home managers, a whole lot of burdens of running the family on them, bearing children, and then nurturing these children. Okay? So, if a woman must participate in politics, Princess, at what age?
And for me, will I really say age? From 18, as far as I'm concerned, you can. You talked about
when you are not married, because at 18 you are still in school.
Yeah, but even if you're married, say something about women having to take care of the home and the rest of them. And I want to remind you of Dora Akunyao. She was a politician. She was there. She changed the country. She was still taking care of her funds.
Yeah, but at the time she joined active politics, her last baby has almost graduated from the university.
Yeah, but she started early. It didn't matter, actually. It wasn't because she didn't join. She didn't wait for the child to enter university. She was there and, gave birth to the child and got to that stage. Women can actually be in their homes and still be politicians.
All right.
It depends on how you.
So some of the arguments we normally have against women being in politics is that some people feel or think that women don't have the emotional tender to take in the chokes that we see in politics. Manage, like we normally say that Nigeria is a very difficult terrain when it comes to politics, that women don't have that capacity to handle some of those administrative rigors that come with governance in Nigeria. Don't you think that argument could also be right?
Let me tell you that argument has no basis, because if you check from the time of Nigerian independence till now, and you check the proportion of women in politics compared to men, you see that there's no basis for that conclusion. The number of men continue and consistently outweigh the number of women. So we cannot even say from that from the very few number of women in politics, you cannot even, if you are a researcher, you cannot make any extrapolation from their performances. So women need to be given a chance. There needs to be a clear quota for women at every level of the nation.
Who will give them the chance?
That is why we are still, and that is why we are here.
If they're still going to give you this thing, it simply means you don't belong there.
Yeah, you
because
can
power is not given, it's taken.
Yeah, you can.
So if you know you are muzzled enough to take power, you come out to the field and play it.
Yeah, that is why a lot of advocacy at all levels are now going on for women to come out and be involved in what concerns them. Because at the end of the day, they are the one, whether governance is good or bad, it is the women that will bear the brunt. It is the woman who knows how much she used to prepare the meal yesterday and how much she used to prepare the meal today. So if she comes out, it will be her doing herself a favor. And then you can never know the capacity of anybody until you give that person a chance.
All right, you can never know the capacity of anybody. Looking at the statistics over time, I also think in this 2019 election, women have a majority of the voting power. But why would this argument continue? Don't you think, like you said, women should wrest power and stop waiting for when they will be allocated 35% or 40% affirmative action? Don't you think it's the women's role to get this power and decide, look, we are going to put this person in, this is a woman like us, let's put her in?
Can I answer that? Okay. Yeah, because I contested an election 2014.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. For State House Assembly.
Okay.
And Chikoka constituency 1.
I see.
Yeah, so the problem we have with women actually, will I say jealousy, envy? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. They keep saying, why must this person be this? Why must she come out to contest? Is she bigger than me? Is she better than me? Blah, blah, blah. But they will not want to come out. They will all stand by and promise you all their votes, their kids, everybody's going to be part of it and everything. But you find out that a man calls them by the side and gives them money and they abandon you.
Is it because you didn't give them money?
It's not just the money. Sometimes they don't want you to. That thing about women of envy, jealousy, so that thing is there. So definitely it affects us in politics too, because they don't want you to be there.
And you think women don't do that in politics? When you get into power as a woman, you start looking at other women as trash. Maybe that's why they're not supporting you. What do you think?
No, this brings us back, to what we said earlier about the time of engaging women in politics. If I didn't follow my father judiciously, I wouldn't maybe have the interest to join politics. A woman that will be a big political figure in the next 20 years should have been participating in some level of politics at her level. So if the person is in the university, she should be involved in politics in her department. She should be involved in politics in the school, in the SCG.
That's right.
Yeah, she should be a member of Rotary or JC, So that is it. So
give her the exposure.
Yeah, you give her the exposure.
And experience.
The people that have been following me over the years, they are not surprised that I'm here. Why? I have been participating in some level of. I was in director of socials in my department. I was director of socials in Junior Chamber International at the old school. I was involved in different SUG, different. So if you must be a leader in the next 20 years in the future, you must have started some level of politicking. That is where you do the leadership training. That is where you get your orientation. That is where your values and your mind is shaped, you know, into influencing other people. Because when you have the right picture, we call it mental models. When you have the right picture in your head, then you will be able to be focused on that vision, and then you'll be able to influence the other people. And we have different groups now aggregating women. We have the Nigerian Women Trust Fund. We have Ohaneze Indibo Youth Wing. Different groups trying to harmonize different women groups and educating them on what they should do, how they should relate to other women, and you know, a whole lot of other things. Okay,
apart from what you have pointed out, let's look at the bigger challenge. What are the major challenges that women are facing participating in politics?
We have a lot. Okay, for married couples, the most challenge they have is their husband. They usually don't give them the time to participate, because you know, politics is not something, it's a very tedious job. That comes to what he said earlier on. It's something that takes your time. Sometimes you have to travel out, you have to be out late in the night for meetings. So most times for married couples, they have serious challenge with families. The next thing people are talking about it, your wife is never at home, she's blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And then it begins to affect the person, you know. And for younger people, before you know it, they say, she got to where she is because she sleeps with this person, this person. So most times they want to back up because they don't want to be labeled what they are not. So if we can have people mentality to understand the fact that she's a politician doesn't make her wayward, doesn't make her sleep around, just means that she wants to add her own quota, you know, to development of the country and the nation at large. That way, they will be, you know, very okay to come out and then
encourage them to come out. I want to add one or two things. Some of the challenges. Yes.
Just like in Nigeria, we have the economic recovery and growth plan. Individuals are
Honorable, please, because of time, let's get to the streets.
The woman should have a plan for her life. When you have a plan, you will be organized and you'll be able to factor in all the challenges you might have into your plan.
All right, thank you. We also went to the street to elicit opinions from Nigerians to see what they have, especially as far as women participation in politics is concerned. Maybe the views will also help in our discussion here. Stay with us.
By public enlightenment, some of these women in the villages, there's no way they know anything about politics unless people move inside the villages to enlighten them more on political issues. That will to allow them to know some of the things involved, that even the women can as well be part of the system. Another thing is intimidation from the male folk should as well be stopped. So that women, you know, we women, you know, sometimes we don't have that male ego, and at times we have this fear in us. Men, they have liver more than we do. But if this intimidation from the male folk and from other areas we stop, you see that women as well can participate in politics. Involving them in politics by enlightening them. Secondly, by equally removing anything like gender inequality. And by doing so, the government we hereby encourage them to participate actively in politics.
They should give women the chance to prove themselves. They should give them the chance. And when they get there, they prove the difference. Because I believe women going there will change things.
Women will be encouraged to participate by giving them some opportunities. Like presently, giving them in state level, you give them commissioners, SSS. I think with that, they will see the effect, the benefits of them being involved. Because when the women at the high level gets the connection, gets close to politics, I think it cannot go down to the grassroots level.
Yes, there were powerful messages from the streets, and our guests here were also in support of some of the statements made. But I want to now ask, shouldn't we promote merit instead of gender in politics?
You have to, first of all, create an equal, a level playing ground for everybody before you start talking about merit. You cannot be talking about merit for 10 men or against merit for one woman. So that one woman is not a proper representation for you to now say marry. So you need to move from one yardstick to the other, one level of measurement to the other. Yeah, so the fact still remains that women need to be given a chance. Yes, power is not given, it's taken. But because we need our country to develop, we need to deliberately give women that opportunity to participate in politics. Because of their nurturing nature, it is 50, there's more probability that a woman will bring the dividends from whatever power she occupies to her people, to her community, to the downtrodden than a man.
All right, let's take this person. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, by the science is Joseph on the line.
All right.
Yes, I'm the chief from Oka here.
Go on.
I think apart from what the guest in the house has mentioned out, I think finance is another thing that will help women to participate in politics. Because most of the times you see that men are having their bank accounts determine what happened. And our perception, how do we see ladies who are into politics? The way we see them is a very big hindrance. We see them as a very prostitutes, they're moving around, they don't have anything to do, but that is very wrong. So men should be able to encourage women to go into politics in the first place and support them financially. Then some of our obnoxious laws and customs forbid women going into politics. How do they see them? They say this woman has gone out of hand. This thing has continued to be a hindrance to our women, and it has to be discouraged. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Boris
Thank
Nancy.
you.
I like that.
Yeah, that's something I want to say. Honorable Kate, I always quarrel this language they should give us. It makes me very uncomfortable. I'm a woman. I know we have what we call National Council of Women, and we have so many big companies that are being run by women. There are CEOs of very big companies, of banks. I know 3 women that are, in charge of 3 prominent banks in this country. So why can't we organize ourselves as women, if possible, run a national campaign, even from a political party, as women, and tell ourselves that we want to take over, we want to take power from the men? Is it impossible?
It's not. It's doable.
So why must we wait for men to give it to us, give it to us, give it to us, and they will never give it to you? Yes.
Maybe in 30 seconds to react to that. Let's go.
She's very right. She's very right. We can really come together as a formidable force to make a change.
All right. From you, Honorable Vivian.
Yeah, the truth is that we're already on this. I will have a group, Idikacho Women in Governance.
Idikacho Women
in Governance.
In Governance. Okay.
Yeah, I've been there for the past how many years? I've been there as a coordinator for Njikoka for like 4 years now. And it still goes back to what we're talking about, finance. We started this and we decided on our own, we should get money as much as we have, open an account, throw it in there, then when you want to contest for an election, we'll bring it out. And you see the woman telling you, I don't have money. Then we should still tell the men to go and bring their money. So the problem still comes to that finance. Because the woman will not have millions and then the kids are hungry and all that. So she thinks about saving money for election, which maybe I'm not even the one contesting. So why will I put this money here? Let me use and buy 1 or 2 things for my kids. So it still goes back to that finance. And that's why it comes back to what Kate is trying to say about giving a chance. She's not saying we can't take it by force. Of course, when I contest an election, nobody asked me to come out. I came out. I made some people to encourage me. They were still wasting time. I gathered what I had, bought my ticket, and I was all over screaming. I didn't believe anybody was going to, do better than me. I got my ticket, and at a point I was like, okay, let me just join the government of Anambra State. That's when I actually joined APOGA. And that's why I gave my name Adapoga, because I wanted to.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, Adapoga in the house.
Yeah, sorry, information, please. A number of bodies are looking into the issue of finance for women in politics. For instance, the last elections, I know that the Nigerian Women Trust Fund, in conjunction with the UN Women, supported.
All right. Thank you. Because of time, we have news at 9. Okay. We won't be able to continue.
Don't worry,
I think
we'll be back to tell us more.
To look at that, It's been a profound discussion having two women, Honorable Bibi and Nwankwo, Special Assistant to the Governor, join us in the studio to look at women participation in politics, and Honorable Kate Dozier, SSA to the Governor on Health. Both of them are women in governance, and they also made profound solutions to how women will take over in politics. I am David Okwase, thanking you for joining us this morning.
And my name is Sijama Uche. It's good to have you with us.